Welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Minute. Thank you, everybody, for all of the support. It is very overwhelming. Everyone's liking, subscribing. Don't forget to tell your friends about it. Keep liking, keep subscribing. The more you do that, the more input, the better the guests, so on and so forth. This week we have Zach Johnson on as a guest. We couldn't get Dustin on; he was busy at work. But I mean, what can you say? Between Bizzard Bash getting second, Captial City Carnage getting first, Whiskey City getting first. I mean, the man is just winning. What can you say? He's just winning, and we're going to hear it straight from him, along with my co-host Brady. Thank you again for all the support. Let's hop right in. So going into Blizzard Bash, I mean, it's obviously always the expectation to finish the best as possible, but was that the finish you guys were thinking you were going to get?
I mean, we're just happy to make the feature. I mean, every heat down there is just a freaking brutal battle, till the end. So, just to make the A main down there, not have to go through the Consi, I mean, that's almost a win right there itself. But no, I mean, we were happy how we finished out or whatever. Obviously, I mean, everybody down there wants to do one step better, and win or whatever. So, but no, I mean, we're happy to take second by all means.
Right. Who sponsored your team at Blizzard Bash? Or wasn't it sponsored, I
It's
guess?
Yep, it's one of my good buddies up here or whatever. They just started making derby parts here a couple of years ago or whatever, but it's XP Derby Products.
Yep, I thought so. So XP Derby Products is actually sponsoring our point system here in North Dakota.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, talk with I did talk with Brandon and whatnot there, kind of shot him a message earlier this year, kind of told him what we're about, what we're trying to get accomplished here, and, trying to throw this point series together to give the drivers of, that are up here running our show something extra to run for. And,
oh, okay.
They were all about it, super supportive. They were all about it, like wanted to get some of their product, get some eyes on their product up here in North Dakota and show what they can do. So, we're actually going to be meeting up with him with those guys at Memorial Madness. So
okay, perfect.
Get to meet those guys face to face. Anyway, we were all down at Blizzard Bash, but everybody's so busy down there. You know how that is, running around.
Oh, 100% for sure.
So there was no shows in between Blizzard Bash and Capitol City, was there, for you?
No, I did not run anything. I actually just came back home and kind of put stuff away there for about a month or so, give or take a little bit. And I drive log trucks, so during the winter we get busier and heck.
Okay.
So I didn't really do much. I packed around in the shop a little bit. And I actually started on my Whiskey City car first because I never got into Capitol. And then I was on the waiting list for Capitol. Then I got a call, oh God, was it 2 or 3 weeks before Capitol that I got in. So I actually turned my Whiskey City car into my Capitol car and came back after Capitol and built my Whiskey car in 9 nights.
So you've just been pounding derby cars.
Pretty much.
But it's paid off. I mean, it's paid off well. Oh,
for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, what got you into derby to begin with?
Actually, the reason I got into it was my older brother Todd, which he no longer does it anymore or whatever. But we grew up in a small town, Altoona or whatever, and there was like 3 or 4 neighbor guys that used to derby or whatever, and he got linked up with them guys, and they started doing it. And, when we got kind of involved in it, we were like the younger kids of the version. We actually got caught with doing the dirty work of the job, stripping the cars out. So we started stripping them out and then going to derbies with him and whatever. Then my older brother Troy, second older brother Troy, I should say, got into it before I did. Then once I turned 16, I did it and just kind of kept revolving and keep going, So
sure.
How many brothers you got?
I got 2 older brothers, Todd and Troy.
So,
like,
what's the relation in Dustin?
He is my older brother Todd's son, so he's my nephew.
Okay, nephew. Okay, because he pulled out at Whiskey City too with a win, did he not?
Yes, he did. Heat 4.
He did. Heat 4 win. Okay.
So it's probably for the best that you guys didn't get the same heat draw then.
Yes, for sure, because I'm sure I would have had to battle that little sucker.
Well, not only that, now you guys get to run Gold Rush together.
No, for sure, absolutely. So, I think I told quite a few people after the Derby or whatever there on Saturday night. I don't know who was more nervous before he went out there, him or myself. You know, it's just I don't know. He's kind of like my own kid, you know, and just I don't know, being his uncle, and he builds out of my shop or whatever too, and you know, my name's written all over the side of that car also. So I think I was more nervous for him than he was, to be honest.
Now that
He's only actually been derbying. He's only been derbying for about 3 years, you know, give or take or whatever. He bought in here 3 years ago with some stuff or whatnot, so he doesn't have a lot of runs underneath his belt. For him to go down there and you know drive smart and keep his car clean and use his head, that was a big deal to me.
So, do you think there's more pressure on you now that you've been winning? I mean, now going forward to different shows.
Oh, guaranteed. Somebody sooner or later is going to catch up with us. So.
More so, the more show you win, the bigger name you get, the bigger target you become.
You betcha.
Yeah. Everybody wants to see not everybody, but a lot of people want to be the guy to take out the guy that's been winning all the shows. You know, might not win, but I'm going to take out the guy that's been winning. You know.
Yep, absolutely.
Not to say they don't like you, but you know, anybody.
No, I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's just hey, he's, if you've got a guy like yourselves out there putting in a lot of work and winning a lot of shows, or maybe not winning them all, but placing well at a lot of shows, you can't. Whether you want to or not, you're going to make a name for yourself. Well, again, whether you want to or not, you're going to become a target for that same reason. So,
so what's next on the list?
Absolutely. We're going to try to hit some county fairs around home here. I got 2 cars left over yet, plus my mod or whatever. Hit some county fairs, but I think the next one I'm going to try to get something thrown together for his pops to go out to Black Hills Beatdown.
Okay,
so are you running Memorial Madness?
I am not.
Okay. Will you be there?
Still kind of on the fence. My wife wants to kind of go side by side and shit that weekend too.
Sure.
So I haven't been out of the shop a lot, so I got to try to keep the wife happy here a little bit too. So still on the fence about that.
Absolutely. Well, it's probably a little harder now that it's not in Jim Falls anymore.
You bet. Actually, where it was right in Jim Falls there, I literally lived 1.5 miles from there. So.
Okay. I've been out to Jim Falls a couple times, so I'm kind of familiar with the area.
Okay, you betcha. Yeah, I'm just north of the racetrack there. So.
Okay. So you're gonna come all the way out here and run Black Hills then too, as well?
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on. I'm gonna try to get something thrown together for Black Hills there in June.
Wow, a lot of big shows in 1 year. Do you normally typically run that many bigger quality shows?
I mean, I run quite a few of them. I mean, last year I did Capitol, did Memorial Day, did Bizzard Bash, then a bunch of county fairs around home. So.
How many guys you got building out of your shop? I know it's just more than you there.
Just me, my brother, and my nephew.
You, your brother, and your nephew.
We're the ones that drive or whatever. But I got buddies that stop over and help. You know, here on the weekends, here and there or whatever. Everybody always stops in. We got to see what's going on and you know where we're going next or whatever, and they'll help for a little while there. So.
Right. It takes an army to do that, you know.
Oh, you are 100% correct on that.
Especially trying to run that big caliber shows over and over and over again throughout a year, plus get some county fair cars built in there at the same time, you know.
No, absolutely.
And you got to keep the wife and the family happy. So.
Yep, absolutely. My daughter and son's in sports. She's in volleyball and he's doing wrestling, so it's hectic around the house. So.
Think the kids are gonna follow in their dad's footsteps at some point?
I tried to get my daughter to do a youth car here last year, and then I tried talking to her this year. She's not so much about it, and neither is my wife a little bit. My 8-year-old boy though, Tyson, he's all about it. So I don't know if we got to wait till he's actually close to the age, or if he's gonna try to jump in before that. But I know he's all about it. So.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I mean, so we gotta keep getting people into the sport, and the best way is, your kids. So it's good to hear.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Do you see numbers dropping around the Wisconsin area, or picking up, or staying the same?
As in,
like your county shows and stuff.
there's some that disappear. There's some that come back. There's a big group of drivers that are kind of locally from Wisconsin or whatever, and this and that. And there's quite a few fair shows that everybody goes there or whatever. I mean, Jonathan Muse, he only lives about 45 minutes from me, so I see him all over. And there's the Kishers ain't far from me either, and Alexacia and Elliott and all them guys. So, I mean, we try to make it work where a few go here and a few go there, but we all do end up meeting up at sometimes. And it's kind of a little battle royal, but it's all fun at the end of the day.
Right, a guy's got to stay friends at the end of the day because you're most likely going to meet up with them at some point again.
You betcha, absolutely.
So a lot of your cars are, I mean, now that you have XP, but prior to XP, were you guys building a lot of your own parts or a lot of bought parts, or what kind of strategy do you use?
A lot of stuff is always bought or whatever. I still get stuff from Ski. I get a lot of stuff from Ski yet. I get some stuff from Johnny there, NLR or whatever, tires and centers and shit like that or whatever. So I hop around. I try to get some shit from everybody or whatnot too, by all means. So
right. I mean, it's too convenient anymore.
Right. Basically, it's just the only thing I usually buy is front plates and ball joints and shit like that. But other than that, got postal rear ends and shit like that, obviously, and ski cradles and my motor guy is actually Ewing Engines out of Cornell. He is actually only 10 minutes from me, so it works out awful perfect. And I do got one guard motor or whatever too. So
okay, yeah. Actually, did you run Willie Lochner's show a couple years ago, the team show?
Yes, I did.
I thought so. Was it you, Dustin, Daryl, and I could be wrong. There's like 4 of you, right? That came from Wisconsin, or no?
There was 4 of us from Wisconsin. Daryl and his brother-in-law Corey Riddell were on a team. Then me and my brother Troy were on a team.
Okay. Yeah, that was a sloppy mess too.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was raining to snow to blizzard and back to snow. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember being put up against the berm by all 4 of you. So and getting pounded on.
Well, sorry about that.
Well, no, I made it out. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, that was a show though. Holy hell, that weather.
That was pretty good.
Something different. Having to move the whole pit's middle, the whole pit area had to move because it was just buried. What a deal.
Oh, for sure. I remember people coming in with pickups doing 30, 40 miles an hour, hitting the fucking pit hole and getting stuck and getting pulled, and it's just it was crazy.
Yeah, for sure. So what county shows are around you? I mean, does Jim Falls still have a county show?
Jim Falls got a track right at the Sturgeon Fest, they call it or whatever. Yep, they still got that. Then a lot of the county fairs that we hit, we actually got to travel over towards Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Like what would I suppose northern Minnesota ish?
Yep, it'd be northern and western Minnesota. We've ran a few Tixie shows. IMP puts a lot of them on.
Right.
IMP Motorsports or whatever. So there's a few kind of somewhat close to home, like Rice Lake down by me. He's got a couple, and Ridgeland, stuff like that. But there ain't a lot of them that are close anymore. So there's some travel time by all means.
I got a question for you. I know just from watching, you tend to run a lot of new style stuff. Do you ever tinker with any of the old stuff anymore, or is it
we ran
new style?
We ran back in the day. We actually used to run a lot of old iron or whatever. Then started getting in these new style Fords or whatever. And I like the new style Fords. I actually prefer 03s over anything. Just a lot of the shows don't let them run anymore. But no, my brother had an old iron that we built this year down at Bizzard Bash or whatever, and I've ran a few of them myself too. It's just they're so goddamn expensive. You can almost buy 2 or 3 Vicks for the price of one of them old irons. So.
Right. Yeah, that's the truth. And depending on the rule set, your bang for your buck's going to be in new styles Fords anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not only that, but way more available. You can find them all over the place compared to.
They're getting a little harder to find now. They're definitely getting a little harder. Everybody's grabbing them up, and the price is going up and up. So I mean, it won't be long now. They're going to be up there too, like old irons. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's old iron is just it's gotten out of control.
Yeah.
I don't even think you
You
can blame
betcha.
it on waffles really. I mean, I don't know. Just the people paying the high prices, that's who you got to blame it on.
You betcha.
As long
But
as
it's
people are willing to
you're
keep,
damned if you do, damned if you don't. So
Right. If you buy it for $3,000, you're called the idiot for spending that much money, but 2 years later there's someone buying it for 5,000. So it's like,
oh, absolutely.
I don't know. It is a tough situation, but I don't know anymore. If you find them for a decent deal, you almost have to pick them up because they're worth money.
Oh, for sure. That's the thing. If a guy buys a bunch too and sits on them for 2 years, you're sitting on a gold mine. So
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that's for sure. So other than you guys getting the Gold Rush, the national spots or whatever, that single show, were you guys planning on running a team out there at all?
we kind of are going to try to possibly do both. We're still on the fence or whatever, but we're going to see what plays out here. So
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of driving and building, two bigger
Oh,
builds.
yeah. A lot of building right there.
absolutely, for sure.
Would it be your same team as your Blizzard Bash team then?
It would not.
Oh, okay. Change up a little
Betcha.
bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. Well, that's exciting. It's been pretty exciting to watch your guys' runs here lately. I mean, it's probably
Appreciate
just as
that.
surprising for us as it is for you, for all the spectators. I mean, obviously you always go out there to win, but it's not it usually doesn't happen as often as it is happening to you, especially at these caliber of shows lately.
Betcha. Like I said, a lot of it, I believe it's luck by all means. So
Yeah, no, and it is. There's a lot of luck behind it. I mean, any small component could fail at any time, realistically. I mean, you read all the posts from even say Whiskey City, between the trannies or you had a fuel pump or a wiring. I mean, small tedious things can take you out. So to have the luck that basically nothing fails, that's and time again, it's not you gotta at some point it's not even luck because you got consistency, you got quality products and quality builds. I mean, I think you got to be proud of that too.
yeah, we betcha. Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know. It'll be exciting to see your guys' next runs coming up because it's actually surprising more people weren't gunning for you at Whiskey City after the last couple of runs, to be honest.
No, absolutely, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, it's but they obviously weren't driving smart enough because they would have they could have ganged up and got you out right away, but they didn't.
No, I totally agree on that. Totally agree on that.
Who was in your heat? Do you recall down at Whiskey City?
Oh God, there's a pile of people.
Who got one,
Without
two,
seeing the
three? I
driver's
should
list,
say.
1, 2, 3. It was obviously I won there or whatever. Cody Brown ended up taking second or whatever, and
Okay.
that kid was senator. That fella can drive with 3 wheels or whatever. So he
Yep.
drove his ass off. Then Eric Demo ended up getting third, and I believe Dusty Gilgis got fourth.
Okay. Oh, so obviously, I mean, a stacked top four. So, I mean,
No,
it's
for
not like it
sure.
was
And
easy by
every
any
heat
means.
down there too. Right, and every heat down there was, I mean, it was stacked up to every heat. So
Wow. Yeah. No, it's exciting to see what Sam's doing. Well, not just Sam, his team and his kids are doing, coming back into the derby scene and running some of the bigger shows around again. It's kind of nice to see some fresh blood. Not that anything was wrong with anyone else, just I think at
oh right.
every point, everyone needs a little bit of competition because competition, only makes the next show better.
Oh, absolutely. No, I totally agree. Totally agree.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the gist of what we had. Just wanted to get you on and
Okay.
talk about the last few wins you've had. The last whatever 4 months have been pretty big for you, and the upcoming season, which we
Absolutely.
talked about. So it's kind of coming full circle for you.
Okay. Well, perfect. You guys, I appreciate it.
No, thank you. And well, maybe we'll meet up here someday soon.
Yeah, we'll try to catch up. Thank you much, guys. Have a great night.
Yeah.
Thank
We'll see
you.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep. See ya. Bye.